Hi everyone, welcome back to your channel. In today's tutorial, I would like to introduce one of the ETL open source software, which they call it NiFi. So in this tutorial, I would like to explain how you can install, first of you can download, install and up and running all this process of the NiFi. So if you are interested in this topic, please stay with me until end and let's get started. Before we jump to the NiFi website and how we can download the file, just very briefly to explain what is the ETL. ETL is we can say the external software, which is the abbreviation of the extract, transform and load. This kind of the software will help you to transfer some file or data from somewhere and load it or transfer it and then load it in somewhere else. For example, you have the CSV file, you want to transfer this CSV file to the PostgreDB or MySQLDB or whatever database. You can read this data and then transfer and load it, save it into database. So ETL will help you to do all this process. It's just an example. It has a lot of different type of the, we can say the process is not only limited to this part. Also vice versa can be done. Okay, this I think is enough for this explanation to know that what is this ETL, and let's jump to this website of ETL and to see that how we can download a file and how we can run it. Okay, when you search in Google, then just write down NiFi. It will give you the first link as in the Apache NiFi. This is open source software, and then you can click on this file and then it will navigate to this page. This is the official website of this we can say the NiFi, and as you can see, it's a very handy and also easy to work with. That one is with the drag and drop. You will have the different components or features which can define into designer, and then based on that design it will gives you some process and the data will be transferred, read, or either you want to load in somewhere, it will be loaded. So you can find all this information in this website, and there is a documentation also. You can read this user manual and guide of this software to know how to do that. Okay, for our case, you will see here there is a download button. Once you click on this download button, it will navigate you to this part. Then you will have the source and binary. For my case, which I'm using the Windows, so I use the last version of that and binary one. So you can click on this one, and then you can find the zip file of this information and download the file. Although it's also explained about some we can say the for the signature and to authenticate this file, you can go through this authentication, but for my case I didn't use the authentication. I just download the file. So once you download that file, there is a one zip file, and then you need to extract that zip file, and then I will show you that how you can up and running this server, because it's the web-based software and you can up and running that server as a locally. Okay, once you have downloaded the file, it will show you look like this, and you would need to extract this file uh, into this folder. Okay, so I'm going to extract the file. Once you have extracted the file, you will find it here, and you need go to navigate to the bin folder. Once you reach to the bin folder, you will see such these files inside of that folder, and then you would need to type some command for that one. So just search for cmd here, cmd command, and then you would need to write this nifi.cmd is just space and start. Where did I find this command? As I mentioned, you can search in documentation of that. Just I'm telling you that where you can find this information, but this information already I did some research for you, and I went all this process. I went all through all this process. So when you go to the documentation, you will find it here. There is an item as a user guide, and if I'm not mistaken, there was some places for let me just okay. I think this is the getting started. You can click on that one and download and installing, and you will find all these process. You can see here it mentioned which command you can start, with which command you can stop, or all this process has been mentioned here, and you can go through this documentation and the process. So I'm not going to explain this documentation. This just for your information. You can read it, but what I'm going to do is just show you that what is my process. When you start this command, it will start such this kind of the process. You see that it mentioned this process running, and you can use the local host, and the port is 8443, and then it will up and running that web page of this software. Okay, once you write the local host 8443, it will probably give you such this kind of the process. This is not secure, so you can use as and continue to as an is safe, give the permission, then you will reach to this web page as an login for the username and password. By default, there is no username and password. Then you have to define your username and password. This is the process which I have done, and I will tell you that how you can go through this. Once you go back to your the bin folder, let's get back to the file which already have. You see, this is the file of that. This is the bin, and there is another folder is conf for configuration. When you click on that one, it will give you some we can say the files, and these are for configuration part of the you can say this server. And if you look at the login identity providers, I will show you what information is inside. You will find here there is the username and the password, but this username and password is already hashed. and you can see it's already hashed. So we don't know what is this. For this case, I have the one command, and in this command I'm defining my username and the password. So this username must be at least 4 character, and then also the password should be around the 12 character. So let me just get back to that cmd command, and let drop the command with the one specific username and the password, and then I will show you after you set the command successfully, it will change this part and you will find the username with the username which already you defined and also the password. This is the solution which you can understand. Okay, this is successfully, this already has been done has been done successfully. Before that, we would need to stop the server. So I'm going to stop it. Once you have stopped this server, it shows you such this kind of the process, and then you need to know that okay, now it's already stopped. Okay, I'm going to drop this command. Don't worry for this command. I can drop this command on under this video, then you will easily find out how you should write it. You can copy and paste for yourself. Once you have done this, you see that is this one, this already is done as a username and a password. Then what we need to do, we just need to check this part again. Okay, it didn't pass. Do I need to, let me just start it. Let me check again. Okay, now it's working. I didn't do anything. You can see, just I just tried again, and now it's working fine. So there is an IOTS, and this is the password which is already hashed. So as you can see here, I just tried 2 times, and I'm going to start this server, and let's get back here. Yes, and let's use the password which I have used. Here you go. Yes, and now we are in the web page of the NiFi ETL software. So this is the process of this ETL, and as you can see, there are some components here, and you can use the drag and drop to use that component and define and configure. For the one of the use case which I have explained about the CSV to the PostgreSDB, I will make another tutorial about that to explain how you can do this process and how you can configure into we can say NiFi ETL process. So Now the session now is completed, and thank you so much for watching this video. If you have any question regarding this part, please don't hesitate. Drop your question, comment below. Definitely I will look at it and then get back to you. And if you think this video really was helpful, please don't forget to hit the like button. And also, if you didn't subscribe to my channel, please do subscribe and help me to promote my channel. Thank you again, and see you in next one.